Now we're having in the show Honorable Barrister Sergius Oguwu joining the conversation. He's a member House of Representatives, and he has 25 years cognitive experience in oil and gas industry. So he's the right person to give us some insight into this new branding that the NNPC has undergone. Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Hi, good morning.
Good to have you on the show. So, NNPC shut down the social media yesterday because they were unveiling, telling us they're now privatized, they're going to become commercial, then they're no longer going to be responsible to us in paying subsidy. What does that mean? And what does this new NNPC, what does this new commercializing of NNPC mean for the Nigerian people?
Well, I think it's a right step in the right direction, and I congratulate Nigerians for this. Well, as much as we are excited about the new NNPC, or rather the NNPC Limited, some of us are a bit skeptical about the way it's been put together. Yesterday, when the Minister of State Petroleum was speaking, he said something about we've lost over 50 billion USD because of the delay in passing this bill. And then he also said something about in the last 5 years, 70 billion USD has been invested in Africa. Only 4% of that came to Nigeria, again, because we had not taken a position on the PIA. But now we have the bill. But there are still so many questions we need to ask, like you rightly said. Now it's our company. It says it's owned by Nigerians, over 200 million Nigerians. We have invested over 200 billion in NNPC. We is sounding like the Nigerian Constitution. When did we sit down to agree there's going to be 200 billion? You know, and there are so many things that we need to look at. But like I said, now there's a limited liability. Foreigners, investors will have confidence, because the problem with NNPC in the past really is not the individuals that work there. It's actually the government, their interference, the new management of NNPC before it now transited to NNPC Limited, headed by Mele Kyari.
This transfer of NNPC to the private sector, how is that going to relate in fuel in the filling stations? Are we going to have no queues? Will there be fuel yafu now? Or will we still be queuing like we are doing to get fuel?
Those are the things we are probing. Today now, the speaker, at about now, will be inaugurating the committee on subsidy. And that was a motion moved by me. So you guys are actually the ones keeping me here. I should be in that meeting right now where the speaker will be inaugurating the committee. We are asking questions of the NNPC and NNPC Limited. They need to be more transparent. Now you are talking about the pump price of petrol. We know, I think they use about 162 to 168. That's what NNPC uses as transfer price to PPMC. But why was pump price about 167 or something? Okay, where I'm going to here, there's a difference of about 37 to 39 naira difference from the pump transfer price from NNPC to PPMC. Okay, now I'm sure aware, most of us woke up yesterday or the first day, there's a new increase right now. We need to know the landing costs. We need to know movement from where the vessel that brings the product, berths in offshore Lomé, and then the daughter vessels come to take, and then empty into the tank farm. We need to know all that so that we know whether there are wastages along the line. You can't just wake up and tell us you are paying subsidy of XY amount of money. How did we get there? In the first case, we are doing trade by barter. There's a 445,000 barrels of crude oil we are using to trade this refined product. That 445,000 barrels belong to the Federation, that they are supposed to sell. We're supposed to give to the refineries, local refineries, but because we don't have the refining capacity right now, we are trading it for refined products. So if we are doing trade by barter, you know that why are we still paying so much in subsidy?
One of the high points of yesterday's unveiling was the fact that NNPC would no longer be the one to be paying subsidy. And the questions Nigerians are asking, So who is? And if it's federal government, where is federal government going to get the money from? I mean, how do you think this is going to play out? Since you're in the National Assembly, maybe you have an insight to us on how this would work out.
Going forward, what we had actually said in the bill, within 1 year of Nigerian NNPC Limited coming into being, there will be no more subsidy. But NNPC Limited will be the net importer of petroleum products if there's any need, which means the Nigerian nation will have to apply to NNPC Limited to say, we need you to help us import petroleum products. But I think that has been extended now to about 2 years. So they will still pay subsidy. But the question everyone is asking, what are we really subsidizing? We are not saying there is no subsidy, but what are we subsidizing? If you say we are doing trade by barter, I like your phone and you like my phone, or let's trade it. What's the difference? But the difference we are paying in cash is too much. So we need to know how much we are paying first. We need to know the quantity we are consuming. As a nation, what NNPC used to post on their website, is our daily import is supposed to be about 63 million liters per day. Daily import. So how can somebody now tell you are importing 63 million liters per day and you are consuming 103 million liters? So where the difference? Did you store it virtually? Did you store it virtually? Do you have storage capacity? So these are questions we are asking. I mean, we are asking questions. We are not accusing anybody of anything yet. So we need to know what we are subsidizing before we go into the issue of who is paying.